Hello, everyone. It's me, Kaelah and I'm back with our sixth chakra. I can't even believe we're already 6 weeks in. Sixth chakra is the third eye, or as some refer to it as the brow chakra. This one is, I love this one because it's all about intuition and insight and knowing the truth, the real truth. And it's just a really great one to explore. This one, we're moving up into the spiritual realm a little more. And the color of this one is indigo, or darker blue, indigo purples, that kind of color. The Sanskrit name, and again, I've got tons of notes. Sanskrit name is Ajna, which means seat of intuition. The gland that is associated with the third eye chakra is the pineal gland, and that one is all about, it produces melatonin and affects your circadian rhythms, so your sleep cycles and reproductive hormones as well. So that's the gland that is involved with it. It's the link between your mind and the outer world. It's such a deep one to be digging into. And it's really one of my favorites, to be honest, as I'm opening up my intuition more and being able to help others open up their intuition more is quite something I'm excited about. All right, so let's see with my trusty notes here. It's responsible for how you perceive the world. So it's not just looking at the world and seeing something and just being like, that's what it is. It's about how you actually perceive it, because everything in the world is through the lens of our own individual perception. As we know, we can look at different things, or the same thing, with different people, and there could be 10 people looking at one thing and having 10 different perceptions about that one thing. So this is really delving into being more conscious with your thoughts and what you believe to be your truth, and questioning things a lot more. It's about clear thought and self-reflection. Lots of self-reflection in this one, which I personally have always been really strong at, is knowing the truth about where I'm at in any given moment in terms of self-assessment and being really honest about where I'm at in any given moment. So that's something that I've really been blessed with and that I hold dear to my heart, because not a lot of people can do that. And I think it's something that is really, really important. It's like my number one, thing, is to be able to be self-aware in a way that is honest and not self-deprecating or ego-driven, for that matter. So this is about cutting through your illusions and getting to the deeper truth of things. When you are imbalanced with your third eye chakra, there are a lot of things that affect an unblocked third eye chakra, is like stress, conflict, emotional upset, not being able to think clearly, not having a sense of intuition, feeling very cut off from the world, from yourself, from God or source frequency, whatever you want to call it, the universe, cut off from that, feeling not seeing the bigger picture and the oneness of everything and how everything is connected, feeling very disconnected in that sense. Being very judgmental, being very overly analytical as well, like just being obsessed with a particular thing so much so that you're overanalyzing it, and it just loses everything when you overanalyze, right? Feeling mental fog, not being able to focus, having that sense of complete overwhelm, whether it's mentally or physically, just feeling really overwhelmed and anxious. Sensitivity to light as well is something that's really predominant with the third eye chakra. And the element is light in this one. That's one I didn't mention at the beginning, but I mentioned it now. So sensitivity to light, because light is the element that is involved with the third eye chakra. Insomnia and sleep issues. So as I said earlier, the pineal gland has to do with the circadian rhythms. So if you're having insomnia or sleep issues of any kind, even sleep apnea or anything like that is very third eye related. Eating a lot of highly processed foods also will calcify the third eye chakra as well. So it's really important to eat a well-balanced, healthy lifestyle and as clean as possible in order to not have, the heavy metals in the waters and in the air and that kind of thing can calcify the pineal gland. So it's very important to do the things that I'm going to suggest later in order to uncalcify it and in order to have it balanced and working properly. So on a physical level, anything to do with the ears or the eyes or migraine headaches, anything like that. Also spinal cord, or if you have hair or scalp issues as well, those are also related to the third eye chakra. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Mental fog. Yeah, so that's the imbalanced part. So when it's balanced, when you're feeling good with the third eye chakra and it's healed, you have mental clarity. You have improved concentration as well. You're able to express yourself very clearly. You're able to have strong intuition and follow it. This is, the chakra for clairvoyance, especially because it's the third eye. So it's about mental seeing and intuitive seeing. So some people have clairvoyance where they see pictures as their intuition, and others have clairaudience, which is they hear things, or clairsentience where they feel things. For me, mostly it's words that pop into my head or things that pop into my head. Sometimes I'll get a picture, but I think very strongly it's more words that come in. So it's more clairaudient for me. Feeling a sense of bliss. I mean, how often do we actually feel a sense of bliss, right? Feeling decisive, being insightful. Having telepathy as well. Lucid dreaming is a big one. So being able to dream, and when you're in your dreams, know that you're in your dreams and be able to manipulate your dreams as you want and have, a very conscious lucid dream. Astral projection is another one. Really good. Elizabeth April, as I've mentioned in other videos, is someone that I follow, and she has workshops that cover things like astral projection, and also some of her videos as well. And she does and meditations too, and she does a really good job at explaining how and taking you through exercises for astral projection. I'm still learning, so I'm not quite able to teach yet, but maybe one day. Being able to see auras is another one for third eye. As your third eye opens, you see way more auras. And initially, you may not even see colors. You may just see white halos around things or around people, which is a great sign that your third eye is opening up. often you have to kind of stare at something for a minute in order for the halo to appear. And as I'm doing that, the light halo around my ring light is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and almost clouding out my camera to me. So as I'm talking about that, it's opening up a little bit. Having that sense of spirituality and being connected to things and seeing the oneness in everything and how all things are connected is also a really important part of having a balanced third eye chakra. Having clear memory and also having that open-mindedness to say that, you know, for example, something that's happening in the world, or that, you know, the last couple of years with COVID and having to navigate that. Have you at all questioned the truth behind it? I'm not getting into any, you know, crazy conspiracy theories here or anything, but rather than just accepting it as it is, what could be behind it? What could have possibly happened? What are the possibilities? Are you just accepting something as it's delivered to you via mainstream media? Or are you sitting back and thinking about it and questioning it a bit before you go ahead and get injected with something, or before you go ahead and just follow the herd and follow what the government says? Are there distractions happening to keep you occupied so that you don't pay attention to something else that's going on? Trust me, there is always something deeper going on, and having a clear third eye helps you see beyond the bullshit and see beyond the illusion and the story that we're telling ourselves about the way things are. Connecting to your higher truth, connecting to all that is, and being able to see the real truth behind what's going on, and the fact that it's all an illusion. Okay? So that's balanced. Before, as always, I get into my famous 4 topics about what you can do to help have a balanced third eye chakra. If you like my content and love this video and you're getting things out of it and all of that, I would really appreciate a thumbs up for this. And also subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the little bell for notifications. And please share if you find that this has been educational for you, or a good reminder for you, or helpful in any way. I would appreciate it. Again, I don't care about YouTube fame. I just want to help awaken humanity. And so if things resonate with you, they may resonate with others, and I just want to get the message out there. So likes and subscribes do help get the message out there to more and more people. So I really, really appreciate your support in helping to awaken humanity with me. All right. So as we go into my famous 4, which is crystals, foods, oils, and things that you can do, we're going to start with my favorite crystals. And you see I'm wearing a ton of crystals today. I just wanted to talk about the 2 malas that I made, and my cat's running around like a crazy cat. The 2 malas that I made, and actually they both have stones in it that are very appropriate for the third eye chakra. The first one is one that I made that has apatite in it, blue apatite, Peruvian opal, and some jasper as well, right there. And it also has a little bit of wood in it as well for some grounding. But those crystals, the blue apatite, the blue jade, and the Peruvian opal are all really great third eye chakra. Okay, both cats are running around. High energy video. They're flipping out. But anyways, all of these stones are really great for the third eye. And this one has sodalite, which is really good for the third eye, and howlite mixed in, and then some lava beads so that we can put some essential oils on there and infuse with essential oils. Lava beads are really great for that. So yeah, so those are 2 malas that I made and that I quite love. One I just finished making with my friend Elizabeth yesterday, so it's pretty cool. And I'm wearing a labradorite pendant, which is also associated with the third eye. So my list: amethyst, lapis lazuli, sodalite, as I mentioned, labradorite also, iolite. Oh, I love iolite. It's this purpley blue color. It's really beautiful. Azurite, blue apatite, lepidolite. And lepidolite is a purple one, and it comes in like darker purple up to lighter purple. I actually have this right here. This one is lepidolite, and it actually naturally contains lithium in it, so it's quite calming, which is really a great thing. Purple fluorite. I love fluorite. There's something about fluorite that's just so magical, and the more purple it is, or the more blue and purple it is, the more it'll be third eye related, but it's just a wonderful crystal. Kyanite. Kyanite's a great one. Kyanite actually is good for all chakras, and it doesn't need to be charged or cleansed. That one is just good to go all on its own, but I always charge and cleanse mine. I sage them. I sage all my crystals quite, about once a month or so. Just go through and sage my crystals just to cleanse the energy from them so they're good to go again. Let's see. So celestite, black obsidian was one that was brought up as well, and which is interesting because to me that's a root chakra one, but this one was on several lists for third eye. Azurite, blue topaz. So blue topaz, blue quartz, the London blue topaz especially, because it's that darker blue. Oh, I love London blue topaz. It's so great. Charoite, which is more of a purple, and sugulite as well. So those are some of the crystals that are very good for the third eye. Foods that you can eat that are also helpful. So things that are purple and more. So raw cacao is a good one. Goji berries, very, very good. Garlic, lemon, watermelon, star anise, honey, coconut oil, hemp seeds, cilantro, ginseng, vitamin D3 is a good one. Purple grapes, purple kale, purple potatoes, purple cabbage, eggplant, purple carrots, blueberries, prunes, figs, and I can't read my writing. Oh, raisins. So yeah, raisins were the last ones. So those are some great foods to eat for the third eye. Essential oils that you can have in a diffuser or put on your person, or even some of them can be used as herbs in your cooking. So bay laurel, clary sage, cypress, alemi, frankincense, juniper, marjoram, patchouli, rosemary, sandalwood, and vetiver. So again, essential oils are really great for bringing us into the present moment, that sense of smell. And being in the present moment, you can question things and really look at your thoughts and the things that you're saying, just to see if what you're thinking is really true, or is it just thoughts that some other people have put into your head that you just took for granted to be true. Okay, so great for meditation, great for keeping you in the present moment. As I said, I have one particular one, and it's the Tantra mix from Sage here in Vancouver. That is particularly good for me. And so it's great because I can now infuse my mala, my lava beads with it as well. So watch out, world. All right, activities that you can do to open your third eye. So open your mind. Don't take things for granted or just be blindly led by what you hear in the news or what you read or what someone tells you. What resonates with you? What is the truth for you? Right? And we're talking about the truth from a place of love and not the truth from fear. If you feel something's true, but you're scared of it or you're afraid of it, there's something off. There is something off. Like, yes, there are situations where, fight or flight, if you're being chased by a lion, be scared and run, for sure. But I'm talking about things like COVID or I don't even know. Things aren't coming to mind at the moment. But like, for example, COVID, right? It's like so many people are afraid to die. They're taking the vaccinations because they don't want to die, but then some are afraid that they will die if they take the vaccinations. And I came to a place personally of being neutral about it, the whole thing. Kind of could care less one way or another. And I don't mean that in a really callous way. I had COVID myself. And I do empathize with people who've been sick or people who've passed away as a result of it. But at the same time, it's not something that I was ever scared of. It is what it is. In that sense, it's like, if I get it, if I die from it, that's just what's meant to happen. And that's, again, for me personally, take it or leave it. I don't, I'm not here to start any kind of argument or discussion around that, but it's important to get to a place of neutrality around things instead of acting out of fear. Can you be neutral? Can you come to a place of neutrality or love, have a place of love versus the fear? Okay. So moving forward, getting out into the sunlight. So vitamin D3, being in the sun is very important safely, but also moon gazing and stargazing is a great thing. Another thing is candle gazing into the flame of a candle, just letting yourself get lost in that. Physical activity is always really good, especially if it's outside. Meditation, as always, through all the chakras, meditation has been a great one where you can go into a meditation and ask your guides, ask your higher self to help you open your third eye. Okay. Affirmations, again, throughout all of the chakras, but these ones would be specific to the third eye. I trust in my intuition. I see clearly. It is safe for me to see the truth. And you can make up your own from there. Anything that has to do with your intuition or the truth or your higher self or knowing who you are or feeling connected to all that is. All really great affirmations. And again, I'll say it, mirror work. Look yourself in the eyes when you're saying this. Get past the awkwardness. Eventually, you will look forward to doing your mirror work. Okay, eat the foods that are good for the third eye, as I had mentioned before. Binaural beats, again, there's tons of stuff on YouTube that has the frequency of the third eye chakra, all really good. You can just do it, go into a meditation and just listen to the binaural beats and let it in. Okay. Ground yourself with mindfulness. So being present. If you're having trouble being present, a couple of things you can do are ask yourself, where are my feet? Or like in that moment, just like wiggle your toes. Wiggling your toes. And of course I'm doing it as I'm talking to you. But wiggling your toes brings you to the present moment. Or putting hand on heart and saying, I am in my heart. Bringing yourself back to the present moment and being mindful of, what am I thinking right now? What am I about to say? What am I about to write in an email? All of those kinds of things. And check yourself. Just be like, is this true? Is it true? Or could it be, even if there's a 1% chance it's not true, then there's something else to look at. Dwell in possibility. All things are possible. Okay? Explore limiting beliefs. So again, very similar. Limiting beliefs you have about yourself. I can't do that because I'm too old. Is that really true? No. And I always bring it back to Louise Hay, who didn't start Hay House until she was in her 60s. So it's never too late. Okay? Chant Om. So the Om. Chant that sound. That's a great one. As I do that, I can feel it in my third eye as well. Okay, so 5 or 10 minutes of breathing in and then on your out breath chanting Om is a really great exercise no matter what. Not even just specifically for third eye, but it's a really good exercise no matter what. One that I haven't mentioned before but came up in this as I was doing my research was plant medicine. Now this is something that only if you are already familiar with it, or you can go to someone who can guide you through it. I personally have never done any. I'm very curious and want to, but I've been told that going to Peru to do ayahuasca is not a good idea if I haven't even done mushrooms yet. So start with something small and micro doses and whatever, but I'm to sort of expand your awareness and your consciousness. Plant medicine is something to look into. And again, it should be with someone who knows what they're doing and can guide you through the process so that you don't, if you are someone who's anxious, and like myself, I've have anxiety issues as well. And it's like, I was always afraid of having a bad trip, quote unquote, right? But if I'm with someone that I trust and I'm not doing like a ton of it all at once and it's a microdosing situation, I feel comfortable with that. And it's something I am personally looking into because I want to expand my awareness. And plant medicine does help with that. Again, disclaimer, do not do anything without someone who knows what they're doing if you are not familiar with it yourself. Okay? And be sure you research that person or that company or whatever it is to make sure that it's something that you can do and feel safe doing with that person or with that company or with that, doctor or whatever. I know there are places in Vancouver that do DMT, dimethyltryptamine, I believe it's called, which your pineal gland produces. And so it's a natural thing that your pineal gland produces, which is when you get your sense of bliss. But there's also, they can issue it as well to you in a safe environment and at a dose that's not going to just mess you up for life. Right? So again, it's something to consider. It's not for everyone. Lots of people swear by it. So again, disclaimer, I have not done any of it myself. I do not recommend doing it if you've never done it yourself without the aid of someone who knows what they're doing and who you trust. Okay? Okay. One that came up was looking into the owl as the spirit guide. Now, the owl is a sign always of wisdom. So the third eye chakra is very much about the deeper wisdom, about the real truth, going in deep, inside, your connectedness to all that is. What is the true wisdom from source? So check into owls as a spirit guide and see if it resonates with you. Reflect on your thoughts and actions, as I touched on before. Pay attention to your dreams. If you remember them, pay attention to them. I've been having some really messed up ones lately. I don't even know what's going on, but I'm paying attention and just asking my guides to let me know if there's a lesson that I needed from that, or, something that I just was working through in order to release old trauma or whatever. As always, yoga. There are different yoga poses too that can help with third eye chakra opening. And that is the end of our deep dive into the third eye chakra. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you like my content and like this video, please hit like and subscribe to help get the word out and help me awaken humanity. I thank you all so much for being here. I am loving doing these videos, and it's really helping me as well, which is kind of cool, right? So it's like I'm not only putting myself out there for humanity, but I'm also learning more and growing more as I'm doing these videos as well. So it's been really awesome to do them, and I'm going to continue to do them. If anyone has any ideas of what kind of things they would like to see or hear or learn about after next week, because next week's our finale, which is the crown chakra, for our 7-week journey through the chakras. So if you have any requests of things that you'd like to see or learn about, please let me know in the comments below, and I will do my best to get those videos out to you. Okay? Thank you again so much. I love you all so much and appreciate you for being here and supporting me and supporting the awakening. And I just love it. All right. Until next week, have a wonderful week, and I will see you for the crown chakra. Bye for now.